Hello everybody, it's Miss Ricoletti, and we've been learning about plants in science. Now there are many delicious plants that we love to eat, and so that made me think of one of my favorite books, Tops and Bottoms. And this book was adapted and illustrated by Janet Stevenson. So, now this book is written in a different way. The title of the book is Tops and Bottoms, and when you read this book, you'll read it from the top down to the bottom. Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his wealth to his son. But Bear only wanted to sleep. Not far down the road lived a hare. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble and had once owned land too. But now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise and had sold all of his land to Bear to pay off the debt. Hare and his family were in very bad shape. "The children are so hungry, Father Hare. We must think of something," Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. You can see there they have very many children. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, was asleep. "Hello, Bear. Wake up. It's your neighbor Hare. I have a great idea." Bear opened one eye and grunted. Bear, "We can be business partners," Hare said. "All we need is this field right here in front of your house. I'll do the hard work of planting and harvesting, and we can split the profit right down the middle." "Yes, sir. Bear, we're in this together. I'll work and you sleep." "Huh?" said Bear. "So, what'll it be, Bear?" asked Hare. "The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you. Tops or bottoms?" Let's see," Bear said with a yawn. "I'll take the top half, Hare. Right, tops." Hare smiled. "It's a done deal, Bear." So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone weeded. See, all the kids are helping out, being bucket fillers. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops and I get the bottoms." Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off the tops and tossed them into a pile for Bear and put the bottoms aside for himself. You see the tops right here? He gave to Bear. Look at all the bottom parts of these plants that Hare kept for himself. Bear stared at his pile. "But Hare, all the best parts are in your half." "You chose tops, Bear," Hare said. "Now, Hare, you tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season I want the bottoms." Hare agreed. "It's a done deal, Bear." Oh, you see his face. Looks so angry. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms and I get the tops." Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. Oh, look at this pile he made for Bear. Oh, and look at the tops that he's keeping for himself. Oh. Bear looked at his pile and scowled. "Hare, you cheated me again." "But Bear, you said you wanted the bottoms this time." Bear growled. "You plant this field again, Hare. You've tricked me twice, and you owe me one season of both tops and bottoms." You're right, poor old bear, sighed Hare. It's only fair that you get your tops and the bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded some more. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! This time you get the tops and the bottoms." You think Bear's going to be happy? Here in front of Bear's house lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. They tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassels at the top and put them in a pile for Bear. Then he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle and placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched. "See, Bear, you get the tops and the bottoms. I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear. It's a done deal." By now, Bear was wide awake. "That's it, Hare," he hollered. "From now on, I'll plant my own crops and take the tops, the bottoms, and the middles." Hare and his family scooped up all the corn and hopped down the road towards home. Oh, I think Bear just learned a lesson. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with the profit he made from the crops, and he and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again. And that's the end. So, boys and girls, you can see that Hare tricked Bear several times in this book, and Bear got really upset about it. And Hare was being really clever, and he decided to plant his crops based on what part of the plant he was going to get to keep. Right here, I have a selection of different plants that we eat. And so we're going to look at some of these things and think about whether it's the top part or the bottom part of the plant. So one of the first things we're going to start with right here is a potato. Now we have baked potatoes, mashed potatoes, things like French fries. And this part of the plant is the root part of the plant, and it grows below the ground. Now this also is part of a plant that grows below the ground, sweet potato. And this is the root part. And that's part of the plant that we eat. We don't eat the top part that grows above the ground with the stem and the leaves. Another thing that grows below the ground that we eat are radishes. We can see right here, this is a root, and it grows a long skinny part off of it. And then this part, the stems and the leaves, would grow above the ground. And we don't eat that part of the plant, we eat the root. The other item that we have here that has the part that we eat growing below the ground are carrots. This is a long root of the carrot, and this is the part of the carrot that we eat. We don't eat the top part that grows above the ground. However, rabbits absolutely love that part of the carrot. Now, the rest of these are items that we eat where the part of the plant that is here is the part that grows above the ground. So we have lettuce here, and this is the leaf part of the plant that we eat. And here we have some celery, and you can see like the roots would have been coming out of the bottom below, and that would be below the ground, that part. This is the stem part of the celery, and this is the part that we mainly eat. Now the leaves at the top, you actually can eat those, and like if I'm chopping it up and cooking it like in a stew or something like that, I will chop that part up and eat that too. But the main part of the celery that we eat would be the stem. Now right here we have some leeks, and you can still see the roots right here that are attached. And then this part that's above the ground, this leaf part, is the part of the plant that we would eat. Now broccoli is a little bit different. Now, on a broccoli plant, this part right here is the stem part. And then it also has leaves. And all these little, oh, got some corn silk here, all these little bitty parts up here at the top are actually flowers. And every single one of these tiny little buds, every single one of those little bitty balls, that's a flower bud. And every single one will bloom a yellow flower if it's not picked in time. So if it grows too long, it'll bloom all these beautiful yellow flowers. I accidentally did that one time with my broccoli. Now, right here, we have some asparagus, and we mainly eat the stem part of the asparagus. That's the long part there that we eat. And right here we have some corn. Now, this is an ear of corn, and when it's on the plant, it's closed up and looks like this. It has this corn silk growing out of the top of it. Now, that part of the plant is important. It helps it get pollinated so it'll grow. And on the inside, this is the part of the plant we eat, and this is the seed of the plant. There's some other things here that I have. I have some sunflower seeds here, and they're also part of the plant that we eat that would be in the center of the flower, and they are seeds. We also have some pistachios here, which would also be the seed part of the plant that you would eat. Now I want for you to think of some things that you like to eat. And I want you to think about whether or not the part of the plant that you're eating would be growing above the ground or whether or not it would be growing below the ground. And then grab a sheet of paper, some markers, crayons, pencils, or something like that, and just draw a quick little scene. And right here we have our ground, and then we have, like you can see, this grass is growing above the ground. And I want you to think about the things that you like to eat, and I want you to draw them. Now, if you're eating something that's growing below the ground, make sure you also include that down here at the bottom. And then if it's something, part of the plant that grows above the ground, all right, draw what that would look like here. I hope you enjoyed the book Tops and Bottoms today. And the next time you're eating, I want for you to think about what part of the plant that you're eating. Today we learned about the various different types of plants and the parts that we eat, like the roots, the stems, the leaves, and even the flower parts of plants. And I want for you to take a picture of your drawing that you did and post it on Seesaw so we can see some of the things that you like to eat. And maybe you could try something new this week and do that for your picture. I can't wait to see what you do. Until next time, have an awesome day, guys.